What's up, guys? My name is unCAGEDgamez. Welcome back to another top 10 video. Thank you so much for supporting the previous top 10 videos. You guys have been loving it, and like I said, if you guys keep on liking the videos, we will do more. So can we get this video 2,000 likes, and we'll do another top 10 list for you guys. But today's top 10 list is very fun. It is the top 10 villains that should be in Gotham Knights. So if you guys are excited, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into this list. Let's get it. Before we get into my number 10, I have to start off by saying this. This list consists of new characters or a little bit more obscure characters and the fan favorites, of course. But I try to stay away from the obvious top 10 characters that is on everyone's list, like the Banes, the Poison Ivies. Like, everyone knows those characters. And I have a few of those on this list, but a couple of more obscure characters just to get more of a variety, because we have gone 3 or like 4 or actually more than 4 Batman Arkham games, and there's been a lot of characters in those games. Obviously, if they're in those games, they're popular enough to be in the Arkham universe. This list has some characters that has never been in an Arkham game, and some of them have been. Quick reminder before the video starts, I want to let you guys know that time is running out to get your own unCAGEDgamez plushie, the limited edition. Once it's gone, it's gone. I think there's like 7 days left to purchase one, so go support your boy, get your unCAGEDgamez plushie before time's up. Click the link in the description. Okay, back to the video. Let's get to the number 10, and that is the Joker. I know. What? Cage, really? Joker on this list? Joker's overused. He's everywhere. Do we really need Joker in Gotham Knights? No. But I feel like having Joker in the game would be kind of interesting to see him interact with Red Hood, the man that killed Jason Todd. I would love to see that interaction. Also, he shot Batgirl, so there's two Bat family members in the game that you can play as that could have very interesting interactions with the Joker. And I know that's why I put him at number 10. We try to get him out of the way right at the beginning, because Joker, he's in everything. If you think of a Batman game, he's in it, okay? Even Batman Arkham Origins, when they hinted at, Black Mask being the main guy, and it winded up being Joker anyways. If he's not in Gotham Knights, I wouldn't cry about it, but I would like to see Joker have a little interaction with, the Bat family. And again, he doesn't even have to be like a boss battle. He could be shown in the news on like a TV or something. I don't know, something. You can hear his voice in the comms. All right, now that we got the main Joker, the main guy out of the way, let's get to number 9 and talk about some more other characters that are not as obvious. Coming at number 9 is a character I feel has been kind of a staple in the Batman Arkham games. And I know Gotham Knights is not connected to Batman Arkham games, but Riddler has been a big part of the Batman Arkham games with the little Riddler trophy side missions. Even though I have not completed them ever, because there's so many Riddler trophies, it will be a fun little thing to have in Gotham Knights to keep the players occupied, because, once you beat the game, I mean, you could sure do side missions and stuff like that, but having trophies, hidden Riddler missions that you can do and complete would be a fun side activity and keep the player base coming back to trying to get the 100%. So Riddler, let's add in the game. Why not? Coming at number 8 is a character I can almost guarantee like none of you guys have on your list, and it is Onomatopoeia. Now, if you guys don't know who Onomatopoeia is a villain that goes after non-super-powered heroes. And if you look at the list of characters you can play as in Gotham Knights, I mean, they're all pretty much non-powered, except for Red Hood, though. He has that kind of the Lazarus Pit ability, portal jump. So, I mean, technically, Red Hood is kind of super powered. But other than Red Hood, Onomatopoeia could be targeting Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, because they are just people in suits. It could also be where the Court of Owls hired Onomatopoeia to take out the Bat family. That could be like one of the beginning side missions or beginning missions of the game. I'm just saying, Onomatopoeia is no joke, though, because he found out Batman's identity and killed his girlfriend in the comics. So, maybe he could be a threat. It could work. I think it could work. Also, saying Onomatopoeia is just hilarious. So, can you imagine Nightwing saying, "Oh my God, it's Onomatopoeia, stop him"? He's number 8. I'm not removing him. All right, number 7. Trying to get a little bit more serious here. All right, no more onomatopoeia. We're talking about the one, the only Killer Moth. What, you thought I was gonna say Killer Croc? No, Killer Moth, guys. I think Killer Moth could be a good addition to the Gotham Knights universe. Hear me out. Killer Moth has always been kind of like a joke villain in the universe, but he's actually a threat. He's teamed up with the likes of Firefly, and we have seen Firefly in the Batman Arkham games. We could have Killer Moth's time to shine. Also, I think it could be a cool addition if we had Killer Moth and Scarface and maybe that little team up again, because Killer Moth teamed up with Firefly and a couple others led by Scarface. And if you don't know who Scarface is, he's the little puppet, the little ventriloquist puppet doll that we have seen in a couple of the Batman Arkham games. I want him as a side character as well. So maybe we could have Scarface and Killer Moth. 2-for-1 special for this number 7. Again, I think Killer Moth would be a great addition to the game, seeing as we already got Firefly, and he's kind of a lower tier or not as well-known villain before he was added to the game. So now, if we got Firefly, let's have Killer Moth rise his popularity up. Why not? He's not too big of a villain to be like fighting Batman, but he could fight the Bat family. Number 6 is a character that I feel fits perfectly in Gotham Knights. We've seen this character actually show up in Batman Arkham Knight, and that is Professor Pig. Now, Professor Pig, I didn't know much about him, but seeing as how creepy his side mission was in Batman Arkham Knight, I feel like his overall character and motive and how messed up he is would be pretty awesome to be in Gotham Knights. Like, imagine you're playing the game and you're going around doing your missions and you just see in an alleyway someone like hanging there, and you gotta kind of do your detective work and try to piece the puzzle together, and then you find out it's Professor Pig. It could be awesome. Again, I don't know if Gotham Knights can top the creepiness of Professor Pig in Arkham Knight, but I would like to see him return. Coming at number 5 is the one, the only Bronze Tiger. Now, Bronze Tiger actually showed up in a previous Batman Arkham game. You might be saying, what? I played all the Batman Arkham games. He didn't show up. He actually did in Batman Arkham Blackgate, the game that like no one played. It was a side scroller, but it was a Batman Arkham game. He showed up in that. Technically, he's in the universe. And I feel like Bronze Tiger would make a great addition to the villain list of Gotham Knights. He is well-trained in combat. He's pretty popular. He's more well-known of being part of the Suicide Squad. But the thing about this is, he's not in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. And he hasn't been in any like movies or anything like that. So I think this is a good time to kind of relight the popularity of Bronze Tiger by adding him into Gotham Knights. Also, he works with a certain character that I'm going to be naming off later on this list. So Bronze Tiger could be kind of one of the earlier boss battles, and then you fight the main man later on. But Bronze Tiger, it's time to bring him back. Again, Suicide Squad member, but he's not in the game. So why not have him in this game? Also, with that being said, you might have noticed I've not named much other Suicide Squad members like Harley Quinn or Deadshot, because I don't think Gotham Knights will add a Suicide Squad member into their game, because then that would just confuse the player base. Like, average viewers or average players would be like, why is Harley Quinn in this game and in that game? I mean, it could happen, but that is the reason why you're not going to hear me say too many Suicide Squad members on this list. Especially if they're in the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game. I pretty much avoided all those characters. So, just keep that in mind. Number 4 is actually a pretty popular Batman villain, and that is TwoFace. Now, the reason why I have TwoFace on my list, I think him and his level of villainness, is that even a word? He's not super high threat, okay? He's more of street level Batman Gotham villain. That's why I think he fits perfectly in Gotham Knights. I don't know why. For some reason, when I think of Batman Arkham Knight, I think of like Batman taking on these high level, super intense, mega threat villains. But when I think of Gotham Knights, you would think because you're playing 4 different characters from the Bat family, it would be higher stakes and stuff like that, right? You're fighting Mr. Freeze in one of the cutscenes, and he's pretty high level power. But for some reason, I just keep thinking of like street level threats. So that's why I think Two-Face would be a perfect addition to the game. Also, I know this is not like canon or anything, but like, didn't Two-Face kill like Dick Grayson's family in the Batman movie? I don't think that's canon in the comics, but maybe they could play off that storyline. Just an idea. Either way, I think Two-Face would be a great addition to the roster of villains in Gotham Knights. Coming at number 3 is the one, the only, the beautiful Talia Al Ghul. Now, this is interesting because Talia is the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. And when I think of Ra's, I think of the Lazarus Pit. What brought back Red Hood? The Lazarus Pit. Just all intertwined. So maybe she could be like, you wouldn't be alive here, Jason, if it wasn't for my father, or something like that. Also, Talia is the mother of one Damian Wayne Robin. If you look at the roster of the Bat family you can play as Dick Grayson, Nightwing, Jason Todd, Red Hood, Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and Tim Drake, Robin. Where's Damian at? This is a great way to possibly bring in Damian as a future playable character. Maybe in the story, because Batman's technically dead. I don't think he's dead in Gotham Knights, but he's technically dead in the story. Maybe Talia's character could be like mourning over the death of her beloved Bruce Wayne, right? And she's going to be hinting at or alluding at, oh, now I got to raise my son by myself. I got to raise Damian by myself. How is this going to happen? And then you fight her because she's angry that the Bat family didn't save Batman. And at the very end, maybe like an after credit thing, we could see the appearance of Damian Wayne for the first time. He could be a future DLC playable character. Or they can make Gotham Knights 2 and then he could be a playable character. But I think they could easily do a Damian Wayne DLC character download. But yeah, that's my idea of how they can introduce Damian Wayne into the roster, into the universe. It would be pretty sick to see Damian appear at the end. I'm not a huge Damian fan, but this would be a good way to add Damian into the roster. All right, now we're getting to the heavy hitters here. I think this pick, it would have been my number 1, but my number 1 is a little bit controversial pick, and you guys will understand why. But number 2 is Deathstroke. Deathstroke has to be like tied for first of who I really want to see in Gotham Knights. Now, I mentioned earlier that Bronze Tiger has worked with this person, and he has worked with Deathstroke. They kind of have like a love-hate friendship. Like they work together, but they hate each other. So it could be cool to see them interact with each other for a cutscene. And then Bronze Tiger gets sent to take out the Bat family. He's talking all this like, oh yeah, I'm so good at fighting, and the Bat family is like nothing without Batman. He goes, gets overwhelmed, loses, and then Deathstroke's like, okay, I gotta do it myself. And he comes in, and he's like one of the final boss battles. I think Deathstroke is top tier, and he should be near the end of the story. Again, Bronze Tiger can be the beginning villain you fight, and then Deathstroke could be kind of at the end because he's that awesome. And Deathstroke has a huge history with like the Teen Titans and all that, so maybe him interacting with Robin or Nightwing could be pretty interesting. And we've seen Deathstroke in Batman Arkham Origins, and I think hands down one of the coolest villains in the game is Deathstroke. So let's bring Deathstroke back. Give him a redemption arc, because my God, how they butchered Deathstroke in Arkham Knight was unforgivable. Like, what? You made Deathstroke so awesome in Arkham Origins, and then you put him in a tank for Gotham Knights? You don't even fight him. You don't even see him. It was lame. It was lame. So, Deathstroke redemption arc starts in Gotham Knights. Let's make it happen. Okay, we are here at the final character on my villain list that should be in Gotham Knights. Now, again, this is going to be really controversial because it doesn't make sense, but I want to see it. My number 1 pick is Batman Who Laughs. Now, before you guys go and say anything, I keep hitting my mic, but that's how excited I am right now. Batman Who Laughs, if you guys don't know, is pretty much Batman, but then he got like infected, and then he got insane like the Joker and now he's a bad guy. And in the comics, he killed off pretty much all of the Bat family. He killed off all the Robins. Like, he killed off everyone. So in Gotham Knights, Batman is technically dead, so it could not happen. Batman Who Laughs could not happen because Batman is dead in this universe, supposedly. But here's my idea. 2 things that could happen. 1, if they're doing what I'm thinking they're doing and they're just pretending that Batman's dead, but he's not actually dead, maybe Batman is supposedly dead in the universe, but then it's revealed at the end that he's Batman Who Laughs and that's the main villain that you fight. Or he could be DLC. This could be a DLC story where you find out Batman is working with the Court of Owls or something like that. You save him, but then he gets corrupted. And then in the DLC story expansion, maybe he could be Batman Who Laughs. And that will be the big threat that you take on in the DLC story expansion. Again, I know it's stretch. It's kind of like not happening ever. It'd probably be impossible to happen. But I think the Batman Who Laughs is such a scary and like interesting character that's been pretty popular as of recent. Having him in video game form would be pretty amazing, because the only time we've really seen Batman Who Laughs was the skin for Noob Saibot in Mortal Kombat 11. So other than that, we haven't seen him in video game form, and having him being in Gotham Knights would be pretty sick. Again, pretty difficult to pull off, but it could be awesome. Okay, and that's why I said Deathstroke is pretty much my number 1. This is pretty much like a bonus, okay? If you guys have a better idea how Batman Who Laughs could play a part in Gotham Knights, please let me know in the comments down below, because any possible way they can make it happen, I'm for. It would be such an epic storyline to have Batman Who Laughs take on the Bat family. Like, come on. Come on. But that is my top 10 villains that should be in Gotham Knights. This list was probably controversial. Probably a couple head scratches that happened in this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, drop a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know who are your top 3 villains you want to see in Gotham Knights. There are no wrong answers. And if you put Batman Who Laughs, I'm with you to the end of the line, brother. I'm with you to the end of the line. But if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see some more top 10 videos, drop a thumbs up. Let's try to get this video 2,000 likes. If you guys have not yet, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell icon so you guys get notified every time we upload a brand new video. Mine's unCAGEDgamez, and you just got Cage.
Gotham City likes to keep you guessing. It's hard to imagine a Robin without a Batman, but
True.
I guess it's up to me to figure that out.
Robin's got this, you know.
You've got this, Robin.